Sean, good to see you. A really important topic today, protecting a child with disabilities through estate planning. The cost of raising a child to 18 now costs about $300,000. That doesn't even include the cost of college. And for a child with special needs, that cost can more than triple. And of course, without proper planning, your child's lifetime needs can quickly outstrip your funds. So let's talk through some action steps. And first, you say you need to make sure you have an updated estate plan that reflects your wishes.
Absolutely, Erin. Raising a child with special needs, as you mentioned, is very expensive. Between potentially medical care, cognitive issues, any type of extra assistance that child may need can really run up your expenses. And when you pass, that doesn't disappear.
Right.
Those costs continue, and your special needs child may still require and likely require additional help. It's really just help going along. And so it's important when you put together your estate plan that you don't just set it up and forget about it. It needs to be constantly monitored at least and probably updated as your child grows and develops and change, so that when you do pass, that they have a plan in place that you've put in place to protect them going forward. Because many times you'll find that your special needs children just might not be capable of doing everything on their own, and they need a little bit of help.
Of course. And as we talk through the components of an estate plan, of course, we see trust there, Sean, but
Yeah.
they might need something more specific called a special needs trust. And this is part of making sure that the estate plan is in line with government benefits. Can you explain that, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So a special needs trust, Aaron, is set up specifically for children and adults that need additional care. The special needs trust is unique in that it is constructed and developed with keeping in mind the benefits that your special needs child may be benefiting from. Those would include Medicaid, potentially SSI, which is essentially Social Security for disabled individuals, and other governmental programs. The Special Needs Trust will operate, side by side with those, because what happens is, if an individual has too much money in their name, they may no longer be eligible for SSI or Medicaid. So a special needs trust can kind of shield those assets from those programs so that
Mhm.
they can maintain assets to help support their lifestyle and their lives while still continuing to get benefits from
Yeah,
the
those
government.
benefits that they deserve. Exactly. Next, of course, you'll need to identify a caregiver, and that really should happen sooner rather than later.
It really should. For many folks, they can have that conversation with their child about what their goals are and who their caregiver might be. Sometimes there's situations where that can't happen. It's really important to involve your family. If your special needs child is able to comprehend what's going on, involve them in that conversation, involve any other siblings you have, or children in the family to help make arrangements. Sometimes that's not always the case. We find that there's oftentimes in communities very well equipped not for profit organizations that can step in and help us. With these things. Right here in New Hampshire, there's an organization in Laconia, as well as some other areas, that you can basically hire them for when you pass to help take care of your special needs child. You'll dictate that in the trust as well as your will, and with them articulate exactly what type of
Mhm.
care they may need.
Mhm. Yeah, those families work so hard. You have to be such a wonderful advocate, which is why it bears repeating what you're saying. Involve the whole family when you can. And because this is so complicated and so important, you really need to seek professional guidance.
You really do. The professional guidance, is really important, because for family going through this, it's probably their first time going through it and potentially their only time going through it. There are professionals out there that deal with this on a daily basis, and they can help provide that guidance. They can help in families navigate the benefits that may be available in their state or their town. They can help them identify legal experts that can help construct that
Mhm.
trust. It can
Mhm.
help them identify those organizations I mentioned that can help care for your child after your passing. So seek as many outside agencies and facilities that can help as you can. And we also find getting support with other families that are going through the same thing. They oftentimes will have done this homework and can share
Yeah.
with you the pros and the cons. They're not technically experts in it, but they provide a great point of view.
Yeah, that support system is vital. And Sean, as you're saying, proactive planning here is key. So if somebody would like to talk to you about this, how can they reach you?
Please give us a call, 603-715-2335. You can also go to our website, and on our website at daviswealthmgmt.com, you can connect with an advisor, and you'll be able to put time right on my calendar, and we can discuss what you're going through, and I can help answer any questions they may have.
Great. Sean, thank you.
Thanks, Erin.